Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD, and by the looks of things, most currency pairs are actually starting to move. So I may be able to kick off the year with some currency trading now. So let's just start off with Euro USD. So we had a pullback. We had this little bit of a sort of a range form here, a few bar range, and then we broke out. Was tempting me last night, but it was pretty close to the close, so I didn't want to risk that. But it does look like that's played out. It has retraced into a fairly interesting area here, and you'll see we have the moving average here, we have the gap there, and we also have another little swing low there as well. So all I'm doing is I'm picking up that fractal there and this one here. Okay, so that gives me the zone that we've pulled into. If we just drill down to the hour, you can see there's the range. Let's just box it for you. You can see there's the range, fairly clear, and then we've got a pretty good close above it, and then moved up, and we haven't quite closed the gap yet, but that'll more than likely close. So for me, I'm looking for a pullback, and then I'm looking to buy with the resumption of this trend. So the trend is up. The overall trend is up. When you look at the higher time frames, that is, there's no debate about that. That is up. It pulled back to find support here. It's found support as far as I'm concerned, and now I'm looking for structure. Okay, so for me, levels to watch today are going to be on the pullback, and there should be a couple. So first one is going to be 122, and then a little bit deeper down, all the way down here at 121796. Now the problem, there is a little bit of a problem here, but I'm really going to pay it. But just want to see if it's on one of the other time frames. No, it's not. So we do have a little bit of diversions, but it's not on the last swing high. It's really a couple of swing highs below. So there you see the high, it's a lower high, and if you look at the oscillators here, it's a different picture. So I'm not really going to pay too much attention to that. I think what I'm looking for is pullbacks, or alternatively we sort of rallied and now we go into a range, and then that's going to give a breakout which will set up a move for a second move up. Okay, so anyway, so for me at the moment, on the up, traded off the 1 hour, we have broken the moving average. Moving average is pointing up. We've broken through some structure, two levels of structure here. So it's 122 and then 121.796. I'm looking for pullbacks onto those, and then I'm looking for structure to form on one of those levels for a move to the upside. Okay, and my 8 hour is telling me that, well, firstly it was warning we were coming up to a level. We've done the level, we've broken up the level. I've got a crossover here, so I should be looking for a continuation to the upside. Targets at the moment, you're going to have to just pull in. I think this area here is going to be fairly strong. That's 122.700. That would be the first level. Okay, once we've pulled back and defended, because we need to break through this area of 122. Once we've pulled through, broken back, that'll be on top of the moving average, and then you can sort of stay with the trend. At the moment, it is still outside chance that there is a trend reversal happening here. So this is a break of the moving average, a retest, and another move down. That is still very possible. So just keep your wits about you. I think most of the bearish traders would be looking to set up their shorts here. What concerns me from a bearish perspective is this trend line break. Okay, anyway, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for pullbacks onto structure, for the structure to hold. I'm looking for some bullish price action, and then I'm looking to be long. US dollar, Japanese yen, obviously the difference. We sort of bounced around here. You can see we formed a bit of a triangle here, bouncing between these two levels. The first level to the upside was 104.400 and then 104.098 before shooting through. We've closed the gap and further. Now the interesting thing with US dollar, Japanese yen is we are below the moving average currently. Okay, so same setup here. I'm looking for shorts on this pair, and I'm looking for pullbacks and for some structure to form. So the most logical place at the moment is going to be inside this zone. Look at all these tails here. Just going to add one more level here. Okay, so either pull back into this area here, 103,780, 103,897, or even deeper up to 104,098. Okay, so not interested in jumping in short here. Looking for pullback, looking for structure, and then looking to get in short. Bear in mind that we do have a trend line break here as well, so that would be a target area. So just put your levels in and you can see exactly where there's a lot of structure. Here's a lot of structure right here, so that wouldn't surprise me as an area where you would take to profit, 103,324, and then wait for the other bounce up. Okay, so waiting for pullbacks and then looking to get into that one. Right, Euro Aussie dollar. So just starting off on the weekly, I just want to highlight this area that we are in at 157,300, and you can see there is a lot happening at this area. You can see there's rejection here, kind of playing around with it there, playing around with it. 2 weeks of rejection there, 3 weeks of it, then rejection, well, support. So at the moment we're back in that level. Trend is down, there's no debate about that. The overall trend is down, and we should be looking to go with the trend. Question I've got, I'm asking myself at the moment is, how strong is this area of 157,300? So this area between 157,300 and probably 156, how strong is that area? So for me, still waiting on this one. It does look like we have some bullish price action forming here, but I'm not entirely convinced. So let's just get to the hour, and you can see trend is definitely down. I mean, that 1 hour trend is down. The one thing that we need to bear in mind here is that there was a trend line break, a retest, and is this a third retest, third time lucky? So that's the one thing I'm looking at. So, and that's our channel that we're in at the moment. So at the moment for me, stay away from it, not really interested in this at this stage, but what I am definitely interested in is some kind of structure break. So that would be maybe this channel break, retest, and then a little bit of a move up. But the move down has been over a long period of time. So if it is going to reverse, then it's not going to just reverse at the blink of an eye. There's going to be structure that's going to have to form. It's going to take a while before it actually moves. But there is a massive area of potential support down here at 157,200. So that's the thing that I'm watching at the moment. So not really interested in trading it just yet, but there is potential here for some support to be found, and then you've got some opportunities brewing. Okay, British pound, Japanese yen. This is one worked out quite well yesterday as well. Looks like we've got a bit of an exhaustion bar. I just want to get to the weekly quickly, because there is obviously, okay, we've got that level in. Doesn't look like there's much else. I suppose there's a little bit of interaction, and I just want to put a third one in. It's going to be quite far away though. Yeah, it's up there. Okay, let's get back to 8 hour. Right, so trend is up. There's no debate about that. It's been a bit messy, up and below the moving average, but it is up nevertheless. So what we're looking for here is pullback onto structure. Now I'm just going to fine tune that. So I'm looking for pullbacks. So 141,369 would offer some fairly decent structure for me to get in on this, and that's probably the only bit of structure that we see at the moment. Let's just get to the hour. Yeah, and maybe a little bit lower down there. There's another area there. Okay, so doesn't look like it's going to happen, but looking at my oscillators at the moment, we had a solid move up, and this looks like a flag. So looking to the left on the weekly, there wasn't much. I mean, there's the next level up there, so it wouldn't surprise me to see one of these two measured moves work out. Yep, there you go. So, okay. So for me, 142.836 is the overall target. It is lining up quite nicely looking here. So what we're looking for is break and retest of pretty much, let me just take this bottom one here so we don't get too messy. So there is a fractal there. So we're looking for a break of that 141.857, break, retest, and then stop below the swing low, and I'm looking for a move to the upside there. So this is definitely a flag. There's the bottom area. It's only 4 touches, so it's not really a decent flag, but sometimes these are the most aggressive as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So looking for breakout retest here to remove the upside. Alternatively, if it does fail and then sort of does something like reject here, move down, up, and then come into this zone, that would also be an area to buy. Okay, so that's those are the 2 areas I'm looking at. Buy off the bottom here, 141.369 or 141.246, or alternatively a break and retest of 144.857. And this break and retest I will take off a 15 or 20 minute chart. Okay, because it's fairly decent setup, and then there's a nice stop here, right here at 141.625. Okay, Aussie dollar, US dollar. Yesterday we looked at this, and this was looking pretty bullish for an opportunity to get into it. And the trend is up, no debate about that. We've sort of mucked around, and then we've got what looks like an exhaustion bar, but I think it could be a fairly strong bull bar if I look at the oscillators at the moment. So that's the first level I'm watching, and then the next area that I need to pay attention to is this trend line. Let's just get to the hour. That's going to give us a little bit more structure. Sorry, let me just fine tune this line here. I can see it. So there it is there. Okay, so that's the first thing that we need to pay attention to. So we've had a strong move up, a bit of consolidation. What would I be looking for? I'd be looking for some kind of a pullback onto structure. This area here seems to be the area of structure we need to pay attention to. Why? See the pullbacks onto that. Was used as support there, was used as resistance there, was used as support, breakout, then gap below this area, and haven't really used it as support or resistance again. So I would suspect a pullback back to 0.77555 or 0.77527, even 0.77500. That would probably be a fairly decent area as well. Worst case scenario would be a pullback all the way down here. There's lots of structure here as well at 0.77420. So pull back onto here, and then I would expect target area around here at 0.7789, which would be on this trend line. Break that trend line, retest that trend line, then that sets up another trade to the upside, and that would pretty much be what I'd be looking for. So dollar pairs are looking fairly interesting at the moment. I think we've got some structure forming, so obviously there's some political noise and sort of whatever other noise that they're focused on at the moment is starting to prickle everybody's interest. Okay, last one is British pound Aussie dollar. British pound Aussie dollar, we had a rejection off a level here, and we've sort of had a pullback into structure. Trend is up. Well, sorry, we're on the 1 hour, so let's just get to the 8 hour. So we've had a potential trend reversal. Okay, and it does look like inside bar. So break below this area of 175,644 gives us a continuation to downside. And this is another one of those where we've got a lot of support in this zone on the weekly. You can see this is a massive weekly head and shoulders here. So this is a big area of support right now. So the probability of us just flying through that without some really major event, I think is not really going to transpire. So At this moment, trend is down. We should be looking to buy, but I'm a little bit skeptical about that at the moment, purely based on the positioning of our moving average right now. So I do suspect we're going to have a bit of a run up still, probably to 176,800 before the bears try to take control again. So if we look at the 1 hour, you can see trend was down. Now we've got a 1 hour uptrend. So, you know, if we're trading a 1 hour time frame, we should be looking to go with this trend at the moment. And that was a nice bit of structure that formed there off a level, or just short of a level. You can see this was the level here, and we've come back and tested it and moved up. So from a technical analysis perspective, that range there should be our current target, and that breaks that trend line. Okay, and we do find a bit of support, or what was support up there, which should be now resistance, and that is at 177087. So that's kind of the view that I've got here at the moment, but this trend line is going to cap your gains. So 176653. That's definitely going to cap your gains. So the trend is up on the hour, so what I'd be looking for at the moment is looking to move with the trend, but I'm looking for pullbacks onto structure and then a move to the upside. Okay, so that's that one. Watch this pair very closely, because obviously with Brexit being sorted out, there's probably a whole lot of things that are happening on the UK market at the moment, which possibly should strengthen the pound. So let's just see what transpires. You know, there's a lot of turbulence at the moment. There's a lot of things industries that they're losing out on, like the finance industry, for example. But there will be other things that the Brits will come up with that will benefit them. So just watch the pound. I mean, the pound for me is definitely on my watch list for this year. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope you like it. Hope it helps you. Just remember to give us a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Drop us a comment. You've got suggestions. Do appreciate all the suggestions. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. We do this every morning and provide you with 4 videos to set up your charts for the day. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.